Lil LA Stay Live back again with another video. Just to here to let you guys know that yes, I have a screwed up attitude. Somebody had to tell me that. I'm starting to believe him, but I know I don't like mean any harm to anybody or anything like that. But they went on to say that, hey, I'm the type of person that a stranger would have to get to know me in order to understand where I'm actually coming from. Other than that, they felt like me just point out what I believe is right. Because to me, I feel like it's right. I sometimes shun all people and just make myself feel like that, I'm just all right. So, I wanted to make a video today. So once you guys get up in here, this is a live video. If you happen to this live video, go ahead and watch to the end. You never know what you may miss. It could be me inspiring you to do better throughout your day, or it could be somebody in the chat to say something to inspire you for the day. All right. So hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I don't mind going live. That's because I'm trying to get used to YouTube. I did reach over 1,000 subscribers. I had to keep celebrating myself on that because it happened so rapidly. I think I was somewhere around 600 to 700 subscribers, and all of a sudden I just shot past 1,000. And after I shot past 1,000, I went up another 500. So I'm at over like 1,500 subscribers. So shouts out to me on that. And if you get a chance to watch this video, like I said, to the end, go ahead and hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Anyways, so I found out that I have a bad attitude. I got a screwed up attitude. I got an effed up attitude. Now, I would like for anybody to pinpoint this bad attitude that I got. The reason why is because it took for somebody to tell me that I had a bad attitude to even notice this bad attitude. Catch Zone said hi. See, and then they went on to tell me that, hey, you're not such a bad person. You don't give off that you don't mean any, bad to other people. It's just the fact that your attitude when it comes to you being right, you kind of shun people off to show them that you're right about what you're talking about, and you don't care about what somebody else think about what you're saying. So now I understood what they said, because what they're trying to tell me is that I'm not listening to the person who's really listening to me. I don't want to be like that, but at this time, they telling me I got a bad attitude, and if I'm giving off bad attitude vibes, guess what? I'm sending that energy out into the universe, and it's coming back to me. And then I'm sitting up here trying to blame other people for the things that's happened to me. Also, they told me to not worry about what someone else is thinking. They say I tend to worry about what other people are thinking about me. You know what I'm saying? And I do, because it's like I want people to react in my, around me in a way that they feel comfortable and not feeling comfortable against me. I want them to be comfortable working, being with me. You feel me? And if you say one joke in this video, I'm gonna just go ahead and block you. I'm not playing, man. This is vital information. I don't know if you've been on my channel or not, but you can go watch my other videos. I sometimes rant, but when I rant, I'm serious about what I got going on here. You tell me one joke, I'ma just block you. So if you if you want me to block you, you can go ahead and say a joke. And don't, because the approach, man. I'm dealing with life situation on my attitude. Yeah, peace. You know, you didn't even have to say I'm gonna leave. You could have just left. Thank you. Um, Shouts out to Cat Zone. Anyway, so it's hard to, and it's like that. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm stuck on something called responsibilities, right? And minding my own business and having a business. So me having a business, I got to focus, right? And you get what, just like on YouTube, you get the trolls. You see what I'm saying? You get people who get a little attitudes and stuff like that. See, I don't have nobody here talk to on the YouTube, right? So the first thing that I'm looking for is the people who are talking to me in the chat. All right. The guy, he goes on to say, "Hey, you want to hear a joke?" No, I do not want to hear a joke. And I told him, if you say a joke, I'm gonna block you because I ain't got time for it. So it's like me, you just sent my energy in a whole different direction than what I wanted to take, and I wasn't ready for it. See what I'm saying? So, anyways, I'm gonna try my best to bring you guys better content. But guess what? I found out I got a messed up attitude. Now, how do I work with this messed up attitude? The first thing I did, I went to Google to see if some crystals can kind of work with attitudes, and I found out maybe about 5 crystals can actually fix attitudes, like kind of enhance you to have joy, encouragement, and some other details into pushing off a good attitude toward people. So some of the crystals was well, one of the crystals was amethyst. Hold on, they started with citron. Citron is my one of my birthstone when it comes to the month of November. Um, then they went on to say amethyst, and then after amethyst they said tiger's eye, and then after that they said rose quartz, and then I got plenty of rose quartz, no cap, and I love finding amethyst, and then citron is my birthstone. Lapis lazuli, I when I first bought my a piece of, I think one of my first crystals was a lapis lazuli. Um, and then I went on to buy the bracelet of a lapis lazuli, but I still remember the day that I bought the bracelet of the lapis lazuli and walked outside of the crystal shop, and I just felt like I was more rejuvenated amongst people to socialize and to kind of observe um, the environment of people, you know, in which they lived. And so, Cat Zone was hidden. No, 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 I didn't mean to delete the message. Hold on now. Yeah, I didn't mean to delete the message. I was trying to pin the message. That's what I was trying to do. Woo-hoo. My bad. I did that by mistake. I did that by mistake. So don't think that I just got a bad attitude. But anyways, lapis lazuli. The other crystal was lapis. It was tiger's eye, lapis lazuli, amethyst, citron, and rose quartz. Those are the 5 crystals that they told me to work with. But I got plenty of rose quartz in my home. Amethyst, I love digging in the ground and finding crystals. One of the favorite crystals that I love to find is amethyst, but I only found I only found these. These are the only amethyst that I found so far that's in here, you know. So, but my latest, and then no, that's not the only amethyst that found. I got a little bit more, but the big one that I found, I actually lost it. So if y'all want to just stay tuned and watch me show you some of these crystals that I found, we can go from there. All right, so this is the latest amethyst that I found. So they're telling me that these crystals can actually help me with a better attitude. So and I know it's probably dark in here, and I'm just having a dark moment. So I was trying to get over, and I talked to a friend about what is it that's so messed up about me. You know what I'm saying? That you may perceive that I don't know about, because I can't fix it if I don't focus on what's actually wrong. So I had to ask somebody, and they told me that I had a messed up attitude. You know, I didn't know I had a messed up attitude, y'all, and now it's very disturbing. And so the crystals, they're supposed to help me. I found this crystal. I found this crystal in South Carolina. So I went to South Carolina to mine for crystals, to dig in the dirt for crystals, and just so happened I found this one. I'm so excited that this actually popped into my hand. I went to digging, and I left with something, you know, that I was hoping that I would at least leave with. So it doesn't matter how small it is to me at some point, but I ain't gonna lie. But this is what I found. Also, I found this one at one point of time when I went to the same area, but on a different day, and it's purple. Now, this one right here, it has a phantom in it. So even though it's a purple crystal here, the crystal on the top is purple, and the crystal on the inside is clear. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, ain't that dope? Y'all don't see? Do you see the crystal on the inside? Of course you do, right? It's shaped just like the one on the outside. That's so awesome. Anyway, it's an amethyst as well. You got a little purple in there as well, but it got a second crystal on the inside. Amazing. Um, Sometimes these crystals make it do what it do. My mind could be somewhere else. My mind could be focused on some negativity right now. I ain't gonna say I couldn't be busy doing something positive. It's just that, I think I'm in a good space. And somebody tell me otherwise, and I listen. It's just that, trying to get, let me see. So they also went on to tell me, as I felt like people should, this is what I said to them. I said, hey, people should be more motivated to making sure that they have a good environment, you know what I'm saying? Instead of a hostile environment. You feel me? And he went on to say that why would you think that people would want to um live to make your situation better? And I'm thinking to myself, why not? Like, ain't people here to help one another? What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all to the point that y'all feel like y'all can be disrespectful to people, rude to people, and still enjoy life? Like, who does that? Why would y'all enjoy y'all life hurting and being mean to other people? Why would y'all do that? This is where my bad attitude comes in at. Like, I don't like stupidness. Why be stupid? You know what I'm saying? Don't be stupid. Why would you want somebody else to be stupid because you're stupid? Stop doing the weird stuff, y'all. Y'all not helping each other out there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doing dumb stuff like they was born yesterday. Everybody acting like kids. Everybody acting like they don't know the next best thing to do. It's like the stupidest thing that you can ever think of to live for so long and still not understand what's the next best thing for you and others. You know what I'm saying? So you know you got the dummies out there. You know you got the dummies out there. You know you got the dummies out there who just won't do right, no matter what. Matter of fact, they find what's wrong is right and what's right is wrong. I ain't talking about y'all. Y'all stuck in the matrix. Keep going. But for those who just don't understand, who stuck and just feeling like, you know what I'm saying, I'm just gonna live my life and have fun. Great. Continue to have fun. But don't forget to leave a legacy. And wherever you learning this information from, like to enjoy your life, hopefully these people who are teaching you are teaching others as well, because it's like people need the feedback. And please don't be like the worst people in the world that kind of gather people around to harm other people. You know what I'm saying? It's possible. It's possible for me to do it. Here, I even thought about doing it today. I said, man, okay, if I get a lot of people that felt like, they were just against me, but didn't want to say they was against me, but I could feel that it was against me, because if I started a conversation with them, that they would kind of shun my conversation off and give their opinion about what I gotta say. Why would you give an opinion about what I got to say without showing me that you even agree just a tiny bit? Just agree a tiny bit, or tell me the part that you do like about what I said. Because I don't want to hear what you don't like about what I say. Why would you do that? Like I said what I said for a purpose. I'm talking to y'all for a purpose, so that I can get on the same track as you. You know what I'm saying? So the only way I can get on the same track as you is so that you see my vision from where I come from. Don't tell me how much you don't like about what I don't come from, because how am I going to understand what you don't like about what I'm saying, right? Without, well, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that, because the person just told me everything, um, about me that I felt that was going on about me. So y'all not gonna be that person, because y'all might be strangers and don't know me like that. But he knows me. That's the reason why he said it like that. And then it's like he hit it right on the knot. Like I was like, dang, he ain't lying, because this is actually me. Man, y'all gotta excuse my French, man. It's like trying to fix things. You know what I mean? It's. I kept telling myself, what person, and then you hear from other people like, hey, who gonna handle your problems better than you? But I always thought to myself, I ain't saying that I couldn't come up with the answers, but if a person has a problem, how can they fix the problem when they are the ones with the problem? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they gotta find something to fix that problem, but they are the one with the problem. So, man, it's almost like I need a doctor, a lawyer, a counselor, weed. You know, at one point in time, I actually thought that I needed marijuana to fix my situations, but that's definitely not the case, because I stopped smoking. I used to smoke, but then literally after I started smoking, I tried to find ways to start back smoking, like through the government uh, legalizing weed, um, also CBD, trying to find medical ways to, like, we supposed to calm your nerves, make you feel relaxed, stuff like that. So anytime I was hyper and so, I said, hey, okay, shoot, maybe I just need me some more marijuana. But I haven't smoked marijuana in like since 2013, y'all. And so it's about to be 2026. It's almost 13 years of me being clean, you know what I'm saying, for smoking marijuana. So y'all can congratulate me on that. If y'all don't congratulate me on anything about watching this video, y'all can do that. All right. So I just figured out that I got a messed up attitude. I have a messed up attitude. I do. And I realized that it's just that I'm the one that got to deal with it, and it's serious. So that's the reason why I didn't want to talk about anything else other than my bad attitude, because it's like I got to focus. So I'm glad y'all here to listen to me, because I got to figure out why I have a bad attitude. I got a bad attitude, right? People are telling me things, right? They'll tell me things, right, for me to hear them out, and they're not being honest. They're not being genuine with what they're saying. They're not being straightforward. Like, don't. All right. Why start a conversation with me, right? And if I have a different opinion about what you're saying, and this is vice versa of me, the way I think, but this is what I'm saying. I'm the one with the bad attitude. I'm the one that got to fix me. And I was just telling myself, how can I be the one to fix me? But I'm here to be my own medicine, because I got to work on me. Thank you for saying that, my guy. I appreciate you. Even though I had a friend today to tell me, hey man, you don't believe in God. You like an atheist. He What I was telling him was that I don't believe it's somebody up in the sky. He was like, hey man, there's no way that the animals got here. How the animals all get here? How did humans get here? You know what I'm saying? Period. So I understand what he's saying, but at the same time, I had to give my opinion about what it is, why I believe. And I told him, your mother is God, because without your mother, you wouldn't be here. That's the creator. And that's what I told him. But that's a short story, okay? And we got Life with Obs. Life with Obs. Have you been to this channel before? Because it's almost like I remember that name. You said you are going to get through everything as long as you trust God. Then you said wait. All right. So I don't. So you said trust God, but anyway. So trusting. If you told me to trust God, right? The first thing I'm thinking about is my ancestors, because there is a Egyptian god, right, by the name of Osiris. Asar, his body is in the stars. So at night, once you find the Big Dipper in the sky, look towards the south, and you'll see the Big Dipper in the sky. That is the Orion's belt. The Orion's belt is Osiris' waistline. Okay. His whole entire shape of his, like, on the hieroglyphics, it's in the stars, man. The man head and face and crook and veil is in the stars. That's who I believe is God. Reason because I said Isis, his sister, who he had married and ended up with a child after he died, they still ended up with having the child, the Eye of Horus, the pineal gland. They used that. And guess where I'm at? I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, where the football team, the Atlanta Falcons. And guess what? The falcon head is the head of Horus. It has a lot to do with the pineal gland. But who created her, and who created the first person? And so when I went on this, he asked me that same question, and I said, "You so listen. So to remember how, you know how germs get together and they create like another germ or something, like a hybrid germ or something like that." Long time ago, that's what I believe. I believe like some two substances got together and it created humans, because long ago in Africa, they started off being midgets. They was midgets. They wasn't always tall. So they got this god called Ptah. He was one of the first gods, and Bes. Best was the one of the first guys on to start it doing creation. I wouldn't say witchcraft. It was more being more of a craftsman, like knowing how to make objects and stuff like that. And then they went on to build the pyramids. So they started off being midgets. That's what y'all don't know. You know what I mean? And so it goes deeper than that. But that was so long ago. That was way before the biblical times. Okay, because it had to take probably like millions of years to create all of these pyramids. It wasn't easy. It was dynasties that was being built. So as they was building dynasties, they was building pyramids too, and it took time to build. um let's say I'm talking about literally took time. um Let me see. These folks acted like they wasn't living like if you look at the Egyptian kings and see how long they reigned. I believe they were trying to say that these folks was reigned over 4 years. Now, I don't think it was like 4 years. I think it was more like hundreds of years. But I gotta look into that to be correct about that, y'all. But you know what I'm saying? That's where I get into not believing just in a God that may be up in the sky, literally collecting your messages, where like it's a man or something. You know, it's more the I'm more connected to the cosmos than I am to believing that there's a human outside of me, like that's not connected to me. Whatever God there is, it got to be connected to me. If it's not connected to me, I'm not gonna want to be a part of it, because it's like we never was a part of each other, and so it's no need to continue, all right, to act like we are going to be, all right. And so I'm ready to connect with those that have already has a part of me and get back to my lineage and my ancestors. And that's just what it's going to be. So it's not that I don't believe in goodness. Okay, I believe in good. Okay, I don't believe in bad. I believe, listen, I want good things to happen. I don't want bad things to happen. I only want bad things to happen to those who wishing bad on me or creating bad for others. All right. So if it's good for me, I want it. If it's good for others, I want it. If it's bad for me, I don't want it. If it's bad for others, I don't want that either. So that's just how it's gonna be. I know right from wrong. So if I can do the right thing, I'd rather do prefer that over the wrong that I do. So I got a bad attitude, y'all, that I'm dealing with. A screwed up attitude about how I manage my life, and it's been like that most of my life, because I had an old friend since like second grade to actually tell me today for the first time that I got a messed up attitude. Wow. All right, so y'all listen to me rant a little bit. I want to say I appreciate that because it really was on my mind. And even though I didn't get like too many answers or too many people to kind of give me feedback, other than somebody realizing that, hey, I don't believe in some mythical God. You know what I'm saying? So whatever God there is, it had to have made a statement and a name to 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 be whom they are, for me to believe. I was raised up in the church, in the Christian life all my life, and I really believe on this earth, no one, I mean no one, unless the Mexicans who uses the name Jesus when their kids are born and give them that name, as they coming over the border, and Trump is trying to stop them from coming over the border, those are the only people that I believe that's going to bring Jesus to America. Jesus, King Jesus. If that don't happen, which I believe that the Mexicans can do that, because all they got to do is say, "Hey, here's our king. Y'all keep saying y'all want Jesus. Okay, here is Jesus. Here is King Jesus right here. We have him for you. So what's the problem?" That's all they got to say. That's all they got to protest about. If the Mexicans protest about Jesus, they will win. Dang. Why not? They name their kids Jesus all the time. White men don't call themselves Jesus or Jesus. Black men don't call themselves Jesus or Jesus or name their kids that. Like literally. Chinese people don't name their kids Jesus or Jesus. Africans don't name themselves Jesus or Jesus, like literally. Literally, Mexicans name their kids Jesus, Jesus, and they're coming over the border. So you keep asking for something, you're going to get it. And that's all the Mexicans have to do. They just have to put up a sign and say, "King, here is King Jesus." Anyway, y'all ain't got to listen to me. It's just this is how I think, and it's what I see in the world. And some of this stuff is actually happening. It's not that trying to be prophetic or anything. It's just that I'm paying attention to what I see, and it's coming to pass, whether y'all like it or not. You keep asking for Jesus, and here come the Mexicans. You keep asking for Jesus, and now here come the Mexicans with Jesus. There you go. You got what you asked for, and they gonna do nothing but keep building on America the way they would like to build on America, not the way you want to build America. Now you may pay them and to have it a certain way, because I seen the Mexicans come here, and if you ask them to do anything and pay them to do it, they will get it done. Most of them, right? I mean, 99% of them. And then probably do 100% job or a 99% job on what it is that you was trying to get done. I'm talking about from landscaping to building homes, you name it. When it comes to building, they all for that. Shoot, building families. You see Mexicans stay together. You see them riding together. People used to joke back in the days about Mexicans being piled up in one car. That's because they was family. They didn't even mind touching one another, long as they was getting to where they was going. All of them hopped out when it was time. But when they get back in the car, you got 5 people in that car in the back seat. You know what I'm saying? 4 in the front. The 5 in the back each brought $500 home one day. You do the math. You do the math when they promote each other, at least one person, to get a raise. And when that one person get a raise, brings the second one up to get a raise, because they can trust the workmanship. Keep grinding. Keep grinding. And that $100 for one person each day turns to $200. And so each day they bring home $1,000. And instead of getting in that one car that next month or 2 months, They buy two. Now they got two cars. Now they got three. You put the math. You do the math. You do the math, and you do the math when you understand that when it's time to work, they get things done, and the reason why they get things done is so that they can have what they want. But you can work with some people who got an attitude about making money instead of helping you get more money. They decide not to. Now I can see the Mexicans, the way they kind of ride together is like, oh, we family. You know what I'm saying? This is my family. So of course I want to support. So then you got people like this of color, you know, they not family, but they got to share the same skin complexion. So they don't feel as uh um dedicated or to another person as a Mexican would. But the Mexicans, this is how you do it. Now all you hear on the internet is that, hey, you can't trust family, you can't trust family, you can't trust friends. You don't need to be going out to the clubs. You need to stay at home. You need to save your money because it's about to be some hard times. You better all the food gonna be going. Make sure you get all the food you need. Make sure you have all the supplies you need just in case something happens, something goes wrong. If something goes wrong, everybody gonna feel the effect, man. Do you know how it's like see, think, because I can't predict that because people could just be going crazy and you know and this that and the other, but then you got the same thing with the National Guard and the Trump people or whatever, not Trump, but like the National Guard with the Mexicans actually over there in California. That's what you're gonna have. Like if people started to lose their mind and start try to loot out the stores and all this stuff, go start going crazy and start stealing stuff. That's what it's gonna be like. Same way it is now in California. Some people are saying this might be a civil war, but it ain't gonna be no civil war. We got too many cowards, right? Like we got too many cowards as citizens. And not just citizens, I would say, but more of a pedestrians. You pedestrians, something else. Y'all cowards, man, and not y'all. I ain't talking about the people who watching me or the people who just watch YouTube. I'm just saying we got some coward individual, like coward gang members. They don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like they get all the guns in the world and still don't know what to do. Still don't know who the enemy is. And we ain't got no, and you point out specific enemies. You don't allow things to happen to people and then just say, oh, that's just another person. What do you mean? You gonna wait till it happened to somebody you love and then you find it to be a problem? That's crazy. You'll never fix the problem. You're not the only one that's dealing with it. You're not the only one that's trying to bring a community together. A community is not a family, one family. A community is everyone. Community is a village, man. What happened to the village? A village sounds so old that y'all make it seem like it's out of style. Y'all need to bring the village back into y'all community. Cause if you don't, you have nothing. And then you got to put the substance of the village together. The substance of the village, cooking, uh, certain times of the day to socialize and trade. Um, uh, it's more stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like in the community, so much can be going on to where people started to communicate. You got the community communicate. Y'all got to do all that. You got to do that stuff. I mean, what? Being in a community where nobody communicates is weird. All the older people don't want to communicate. It's all about going to work, coming back home, seeing who can do better than the next person. I'm just saying. And they say I got a bad attitude. I got a bad attitude for a purpose, man. That's because I want to see something. I want to see the right thing for me and others. So my attitude towards those that approaches me or a situation uh, wrongly disturbs me. All right, because I shouldn't have to see it. If I see it, it disturbs me, and I sometimes want to say something. And my friend told me, "Hey, keep your head down." Because like if I was to, so if I don't keep my head down and I start reacting to what people say, I shouldn't get angry about them having an opinion about them responding to what I say. But why not, in my head, why not respond in a way that is helpful for everybody, not just because you want to start talking, just start talking. I hope I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not thinking off the top of my head right now, but if somebody were to intervene, I'm there to listen. Don't start talking to where if I say something, you always got something negative about what the fuck what I say. That's like the weirdest shit. It's weird, bro. That's weird. Like, you gonna find something bad about everything I say. You're not gonna go into detail about anything that I see and continue to build on that so that we can start elevating on that part, progressing in that way. That's what people do, man. They find every little thing wrong and use it against you. And these are the people you gotta live with on a daily basis. Maxine Barreau said, "I'm back." Shoot, I guess it's been a while because I don't remember. I kind of remember a name like that, but it was back when I was trying to get 1,000 subscribers or something, right? Yeah, man, I got a bad attitude. So if I got a bad attitude towards y'all, y'all need to be step up and let me know. Is my attitude messed up, y'all? Y'all gotta let me know. Cause my friend told me I got a bad attitude. I gotta work on it. If y'all had a bad attitude, what would y'all do? Like, how would y'all fix it? So can anybody tell me that? If y'all had a bad attitude, how would y'all fix it? Since nobody can't say anything, I'm gonna ask it one more time. If you had a bad attitude, how would you fix it? How would you fix your bad attitude if you had one? Somebody talk to me. Talk to me before I end. Hit the cash out. Matter of fact, hit my cash out. Hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe with your family and friends, man. Just don't sit up in here and look at me. Support the channel. I'm finna start letting y'all do some bird watching around here. I'm still here. I was just waiting on a bird or two to stop by. I seen that cardinal. Sometimes this is just more peaceful to just to sit back and watch the birds, man. That's something that I do. What do you say? Breathe in and breathe out. That's right, man. That's one of the ways that you can get rid of that bad attitude. Real talk. Because I was telling myself the same thing. Because you want to breathe in fresh air, which is negative ions. Have you ever heard of negative ions? Have y'all heard of negative ions? Negative ions comes after the rain. You can get some fresh air, and I was talking about that on my last video. When it rains, it kind of clears the atmosphere of all the toxic stuff. But after the rain, uh, the fresh air is called negative ions. That's something that you want to breathe in. You don't want to breathe in positive ions because positive ions is the toxic molecules that's actually attached to the ions. So that's what make it positive. So negative ions is more fresher air. It's more pure than positive ions. So you would probably think a bird, and that bird is a titmouse. They want to fight. They playing around, fight. So I'm gonna tell y'all the names of the birds that stopped through. So we got a female cardinal approaching. A female cardinal. And we have a titmouse who like to play around. It's called a titmouse. That's a titmouse and a female cardinal. I can't tell if the titmouse is a female or male, but that's a female. Female cardinals are not as bright and red as the males. And I just love just sitting here bird watching because it helps you understand where your life is actually being Rain calms me down. Yeah. When it rains, a lot of people kind of go into hiding. Rains kind of sit a lot of people down, you know. No one really, unless they really like the rain, they try to avoid the rain most of the time. I'm not saying that it's not fun to be out in the rain, but when it rains, it stops a lot of stuff. It slows down violence. You know what I'm saying? A lot of wars is not really fought in the rain because of the weather. The weather of rain, thunderstorms, and stuff like that can really slow down a lot of violence. So I can see how the rain calms you down. It calms me down. It puts a lot of people to sleep. Rain is just so healthy, man. It helps the trees and plants and foods grow. It's awesome. What's your favorite season? My favorite season is the summertime because it's more of it's more just more vibrant. Like every time around the summertime, you get a lot of people moving around, active, this, that, and the other. And so I love the summertime. Sometimes I would say spring, but anytime I say spring, it's due to the like foods that you. It's good to grow your foods and have foods sprouting during the spring. Other than that, summertime is my best season, my guy. What's your favorite season? Fall and summer. Did you know in the fall you have the leaves that change colors? The same colors that matches the colors in the chakras of your body, the same colors that matches the colors of the rainbow, the color red, the color orange, the color yellow, and the color green. During the fall, green leaves sometimes turn red, yellow, and orange. Those are the same colors that's in the rainbow. Those are the same colors that's in the chakras of your body. Did you know that?